Welcome back to another episode in the Beginner to Master Speedrun. We are playing games 10-minute plus 0 increment, and our opponent plays d4 here. We're going to go for a King's Indian defense. Our opponent playing very fast out of the opening. We'll go knight bd2. Let's castle. Order these moves is not particularly important. That's not a good move by our opponent. Just moves the knight forward. And it's not doing anything right there. So we're gonna continue our game plan, gonna fianchetto our bishop. Okay, our opponent lunges forward with f4, we castle, or they castle, and now we come up with a plan. So e5 was an idea, but he did kind of shut that down with f4. First move I'm looking at is h6 to kick the knight out, although the knight's not doing too much harm where it's at right now. Also looking at c5, which is I think going to be what I play. That forces him to make a decision with this pawn. If he takes, I can take back with the knight, and I'm attacking the bishop and just getting it more into the game. So let's go with that. Okay, he ultimately ends up ignoring that, which is a fine move by him as well. Let's bring my rook over. Okay. He pushes forward. I could consider a move like b5, trying to push c4 to really take over some space. I like the look of that. Don't think I'm worried about this. I definitely don't want to take and open up the G file, expose my king, especially because you could just take back anyways. So I'd prefer either takes or takes and then take back towards the center. I could also now consider a move like e5. That could be interesting. That would open things up quite a bit and maybe bring a route for my queen to get involved. He has en passant, but then if I take back, that opens up my rook. That seems good for me. If I go for a move like e6, he can just take. That doesn't seem particularly great. The biggest problem with a move like e5 is I do kind of create this hole on d5, but it doesn't look like he has a great way to get a knight there. So let's go for e5 and see what our opponent decides to play. Okay, he is a man of culture, so he goes and plays en passant, because of course en passant is forced when possible. Okay, plays e4. Our opponent is playing well, so credit to him. What do I want to play here? I could bring my knight forward. I could take. That would leave these two pawns isolated. What's he threatening? He could try and clamp down on the center. That doesn't work immediately because of takes. Let's just go queen e7, continue to support the center. He plays a similar move. Play there, he just shuts that down. Okay, maybe we'll double up on the F file. He plays that move. I don't know if that's particularly good. Is that good? Takes. takes, takes, takes. Sorry, takes, takes. Bring my knight out. Then we have double attack on his knight. Let's go here. Have to say our opponent playing excellent. I don't love my position here. I don't think I'm losing or even necessarily much worse, but he's definitely... So if I go there, he can't, if he takes, then that loses a piece, right? I mean, that would fork my rooks. He'd have to move his queen, I could move back. That still seems decent for me. What if I play this first, though? So isolated pawn here, doubled for now, but he'll likely take back. So takes, takes, takes. If he plays like a discovered check or something, I can just take. So if I play takes, takes, he has this move, which attacks the rook and opens up a discovered attack on my bishop. So that might not be good. I could start with this move. That might induce a trade, which I would be happy with. Okay, he actually retreats instead. Now I think I can play this. This is very complicated, so he has two attackers, but I have two defenders. So we're up a pawn, but the position is very complicated and I think is going to be full of tactics, so gonna have to play precise. Okay, that's good news for me, because now that pawn hangs. Yeah, so if I play there, he probably moves forward. So let's see, takes, moves forward. I could go check, takes, takes. Yeah, that's good for me. Let's go for that. Now I have this check. He'll pick up my bishop. I'm gonna pick up the rook. All right, so now he picks up the bishop at the end of that line. So he has two pieces for the rook, but I have a lot of pawns. So let's see, I can play check. Is this just lights out? If I play check here, now he can block with the bishop. That would induce some trades. Play check. Could also go here, looking to play there. I do like the look of that. I need to move. I am somewhat low on time here. Let's do this. I want to keep pieces on the board here. So this does sacrifice a pawn there, but I don't think our opponent can go pawn hunting just yet. That is an interesting move. I'm gonna play here. He can take the knight, but I'll get the knight right back. Probably bring my rook forward, feels like the right move here. Or do I play queen? Let's go here. Okay. Check. And mate on the next, well, technically mate in 3. So we are able to hunt his king out and force the checkmate. He has that move. There is checkmate. And we did get kind of low on the clock, only a minute 40 left. Our opponent's still with over 7 minutes on the clock, probably closer to 8 minutes left when this turn began. So our opponent played very well and very quick. It was only a 27 move game, but credit to our opponent. And with this one, we're gonna cross the 1400 barrier. So we'll reach 1400, probably get our little chess.com achievement that we crossed 1400. So we will see. Our opponent might be participating in bad manners right now, and he might run the clock down for 7 more minutes. If that's the case, I'll cut this part out of the video. No, he doesn't do that. We take, and he has 1 legal move in this position, and he ends up resigning. So that will do it for this game. Let's go ahead and review the game really quick, because it was a very complicated position, so I wouldn't be surprised if accuracy were lower this game, and it is a little bit lower, 75%. Our opponent right at 60%, so let's take a look. Okay, we play King's Indian. This is all theoretical. And then I play, so this is, I know this isn't the best move, but I like fianchettoing the bishop and the King's Indian as well in many situations, especially against non-mainline openings, just to show you all. So mainline for the King's Indian is like this. So he takes the center, there, 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 there. There's this move, castles. I play, he brings the knight out, and I go here, pushes forward. Then white normally plays a move like knight a6. And then there are a couple setups here. White could go for something like this. I hop in, hops knight back to defend that pawn. Then I play a move like a5 to prevent b4. So that's mainline King's Indian. I know it gave a mistake for this move. I think that's actually the best move on a deeper analysis with a better engine. I think this is also a move which looks like to be what the computer recommends to combat against that move. But against London openings or weirder openings like this, I like to fianchetto the bishops. That's what I go with here. And it thinks this is fine. Gives us a pretty pleasant advantage at the moment. And then here's where we kind of needed to come up with a plan, and it looks like c5 was not the right idea. So let's see what the engine recommends in a position like this. Okay, that's interesting. So I thought that e5 was my original idea, but then when he played f4, I thought that kind of ruled this out, because this, right, I mean, he's under some pressure here, but if he drops back, this felt okay for him because he does get the open rook, but I guess I'm just completely winning in this position. So good to know. What if I were to play there, takes, and then does he have any alternatives? What if he just ignores that? It still thinks I'm quite a bit better. What is the continuation here? Knight d e4 brings the knight back, and then it wants me to hop my knight in, putting pressure on that pawn, bring this knight out to defend, and then it likes f5, knight f2, probably e4, yeah. Drive the, actually I want the bishop going back that way. And yeah, this position looks pretty dominant, so I agree this would have had me much better. Gives me about minus 1.3. So obviously these lines, very hard to see, would have been even difficult for like a grandmaster to make all those plays. Okay, I go for e5 here. What was the best move? Okay, it wanted to go d5, so central strike, just in a little bit of a different way. I wasn't sure about that, but this is fine. He plays en passant, which is the best and only move. Takes back, that's fine. Then this is a mistake. Our knight does get a little bit vulnerable there. Okay, at this point I am worse. So this was definitely not the right idea. To capitalize on the mistake, I need to take the pawn. If he takes back, do I take again? Okay, I guess it likes that this pawn is now isolated, so maybe I play something like this and then, nope, it doesn't like that. Does it like this? Okay, I guess it likes that. No, it does not like that. What's my move in this position? Man, up there, which feels like it's not doing a whole lot there. Like if he just trades the rooks, it feels like that knight's in no man's land, not really doing a whole lot. So computer lines are crazy. This is actually a very interesting game to look back at, because a lot of these moves are not intuitive, and he misses an opportunity here. It looks like I might have been in trouble if he had just traded, which also seemed like it would have been fine for me, but that's another mistake. Our opponent still, it wanted to take there, it doesn't. And then there's the blunder, and it's probably because of the move that I played. Nope, I actually missed the best move. Is it knight takes? Oh, it was sacrificing the knight, which is the best move. Why? If he takes, it's mate in 14. So if I would have played that and he would have taken, I would have had a mate in 14 sequence, which obviously I wasn't gonna see, but okay, I see. That's straightforward enough though. That move would have been forced. Obviously I take with the, and then that would be checkmate, so. Okay, I didn't have to see the mate in 14 ahead, I just needed to see a couple moves ahead, but yeah, I guess taking on, or playing knight h3 check would have been better. I play this though. Taking the rook was again a mistake. These are crazy lines. This is one of the craziest games I've seen. No wonder our accuracy was a bit low here. And I guess it wanted us to just drive the king out, and then yeah, check, g4, queen, no, rook. Oh, it wants me to bring the other rook over first, and then it just plays sacrifices because that's checkmate. So, or there's checkmate. So, super interesting stuff. Anyways, that's not how the game ended. I took the rook for free. Play that, and that. And then next move would have been checkmate. So, crazy game, very fascinating review. Hopefully you all enjoyed that as well. And I appreciate you watching.